Imagine this. You sit down to learn English, and instead of getting lost or forgetting everything the next day, your study time actually works. You see progress, you feel more confident, and every minute brings you closer to fluency. That's exactly what I want to give you today, not just another grammar tip or list of new words, but a full learning system. This method comes straight from the daily routines of some of the world's most disciplined students, the learners at Harvard. They aren't special because of magic or talent. What sets them apart are the habits they repeat each day, the mindset they carry, and the way they prepare their minds to learn faster and remember longer. Now, you might already be saying to yourself, but I'm not at Harvard. I don't have famous professors, a huge library, or all those expensive resources. And here's the truth. You don't need them at all. The real secret has nothing to do with the school itself. It's about how students there organize their study sessions and train their brains. That's what makes them so effective. This video is not like the usual ones where I throw a few random English tips at you and hope something stays. Instead, you'll walk away knowing exactly how to shape your day, arrange your study space, and prepare your mind so that learning English becomes natural and powerful. Why does this matter? Because many learners work very hard but waste their effort in the wrong way. They sit down to study, but their attention drifts somewhere else. They watch English videos, but forget everything by tomorrow. They read books, but can't actually use the words in real conversations. And so, they stay stuck for years, not because they cannot learn, but because no one ever showed them the right system. In this lesson, I'll guide you into that system step by step. I'll show you how to think, how to plan, and how to study like a top student. Even if you only have 30 minutes a day, even if you're a beginner, even if you have no teacher at all. And we will begin with something that looks simple, but can completely change your focus, your memory, and your confidence in English. Habit 1. The Harvard Morning Prime. Harvard students understand something most people forget. The way you spend the first hour of your morning decides how strong your learning will be for the rest of the day. If you start with distractions, scrolling, and noise, your brain won't be ready for real study. But when the first hour is sharp, clear, and intentional, you can learn twice as quickly and remember twice as much. That is why they begin each day with a morning prime, a short but powerful routine that prepares the brain before serious study. Let's see how you can do this for your English learning. Step 1. Set a goal before doing anything else. Before you check your phone, open social media, or answer messages, decide what today's English target will be. It doesn't need to be big. Learn 5 new words and make sentences with them. Listen to 1 podcast and repeat the key expressions, or write 10 simple sentences without translating from your native language. Why is this important? Because your brain needs a clear mission. Without a mission, you will lose focus and waste time. But with a mission, you start the day with purpose and direction. Step 2. Move your body to wake up your brain. This is not about lifting heavy weights. It's about telling your mind that it's time to switch on. Just 3 to 5 minutes of walking, stretching, or light exercise sends fresh oxygen to the brain, making memory and focus stronger. If you skip this, studying feels heavy and slow, like trying to run with your shoelaces tied together. Step 3. Activate English mode. Don't jump from thinking in your native language directly to your hardest English task. Warm up first. Read a short text out loud. Repeat 3 or 4 lines from a video, or quickly write a note about your morning in English. This small ritual tells your brain, we are now speaking and thinking in English. Step 4. Create your focus zone. Harvard students don't try to study at messy desks while their phones keep buzzing. They remove everything that doesn't belong to the study session. For you, that means 1 notebook, 1 pen, and 1 clear resource. Turn off notifications. Clean your space so that only the essentials remain. When your environment is clear, your mind naturally follows. And when you begin your day this way, you're not only studying English, you're also training your brain how to learn. You'll quickly notice the difference. You'll remember more, you'll need less time to understand, and you'll feel more confident every single time you practice. Habit 2. Deep focus session. One of the strongest secrets behind Harvard students' success is how they create deep focus sessions. This is not just sitting down to study. It's a carefully protected block of time, free from interruptions, where the brain can fully dive into one task. For English learners, this is essential. Most people study while constantly switching. They read a little, check their phone, answer a message, then try to continue. But every time you switch, your mind loses focus, and it can take minutes to return. At the end, more time is lost regaining focus than actually learning. Harvard students avoid this problem completely. They design their study sessions so that nothing breaks their attention. That's how they go deep into the subject and achieve more in less time. And the very first step is always clear. Choose one specific task before you begin. Saying, "I'll study English today," is far too vague. Instead, give your brain something exact to work with. For example, you might spend 25 minutes listening to one English podcast while writing down 10 useful phrases. Or you could dedicate half an hour to reading an article and then retelling it in your own words. Another option is to practice the pronunciation of 15 lines from a movie scene for about 20 minutes. The point is simple. When your goal is specific, your brain understands the mission clearly. Harvard students never sit down thinking, "Let's see what happens." They already know exactly how their next study block will be used. Step 2. The time block method. Many Harvard students follow a system similar to the Pomodoro technique, but they apply it with extreme discipline. Here's how you can do the same. Choose a time frame between 25 and 50 minutes. In that block, remove all possible distractions. No phone, no multitasking, no background noise. When the timer ends, give yourself a 5-minute break. This works because the brain cannot stay in full concentration forever. During the focus block, you work at 100% capacity. The short break then resets your energy so you can dive into the next round fresh and alert. Step 3. Full immersion. When you are inside a deep focus session, everything around you should connect to English. Even your short break can have a light English flavor. Listen to a quick song in English or review the new words in your head. This keeps your brain in English mode instead of sliding back into your native language. Step 4. Finish with output. Every deep focus session should end with you creating something in English. It could be speaking, writing, or summarizing. Harvard students know that learning isn't complete until you can explain the knowledge in your own way. So if you just listen to something, retell it in your own words. If you read an article, give a short spoken summary. If you learn new vocabulary, build sentences with those words. This last step locks the material into your long-term memory. When you follow this practice, the difference will surprise you. One focused hour will give you more results than 3 distracted hours. You'll feel more confident because you actually remember what you studied. And your English time will feel like a serious, productive event instead of a casual half-effort. Most English learners don't fail because they avoid study. They fail because their practice is too weak. Deep focus sessions fix this problem. Habit 3. Active recall, the memory multiplier. Harvard students don't waste hours rereading the same notes again and again, hoping the information will stick. They use a research-proven method called active recall. For English learners, this technique is like giving your memory a turbo boost. What exactly is active recall? It's the act of forcing your brain to pull information back without looking at the material. Why is this so powerful? Because each time you retrieve knowledge from memory, that memory becomes stronger. Reading is input. Active recall demands output, and output is what makes learning last. Step 1. Learn a small piece of information. For English, it could be 5 new words, 3 grammar structures, or a short paragraph from a news article. Step 2. Close the book. This is where most learners fail. They keep staring at the notes until they feel ready. But Harvard students do the opposite. They close the material and immediately try to recall what they just learned. Can you write down the new words without checking? Can you explain the article in your own words? Step 3. Test yourself often. Harvard students don't wait until the final exam to test their memory. They test themselves while learning. For English, that might mean listening to a sentence, pausing, and repeating it without reading. Or asking yourself, what were the 5 words I just studied? Cover the English side of your flashcard and check if you can remember the meaning. Step 4. Review with time gaps. The secret of active recall is spaced repetition, going back to the material after longer and longer intervals. Learning English through immersion isn't just a step. It's a central part of the learning journey itself. You don't need to live in an English-speaking country to achieve it. Immersion means surrounding yourself with English constantly, hearing it, speaking it, and thinking in it every single day, so your brain gradually adapts to the language as if it were natural. Habit 4. Replace input with English. From the moment you wake up, swap your usual content for English. Change your phone language. Listen to English music or podcasts. Follow English-speaking accounts on social media, and read articles or news in English. The more your brain sees and hears English throughout the day, the faster it absorbs the language. Harvard students use the same principle. They surround themselves with the vocabulary, discussions, and ideas of their subject until it feels effortless and second nature. Step 1. Shadowing. Shadowing is one of the most effective speaking techniques ever created, widely used at top universities for language training. Play a short English audio or video and immediately repeat what you hear, matching the speaker's tone, speed, and pronunciation as closely as possible. Don't pause to think too much. Focus on mimicking naturally. Shadowing is like exercising your speaking muscles. It forces your mouth to move in new ways, improves pronunciation, and gradually builds confidence in real conversations. Step 2. Speak daily, even if alone. Harvard students constantly discuss their subjects with others, but you can start by talking to yourself. Spend 5 minutes in front of a mirror describing your surroundings in English, or record a voice note about your day. The key is consistency. Never let a day pass without producing English. Every sentence you speak strengthens the connection between your brain and mouth. Step 3. Real conversations. Eventually, real interaction becomes essential. Speak with a language partner, join an online group, or practice with a friend who also wants to improve. The goal isn't perfect grammar, it's genuine communication. Speaking is a skill that can only develop through practice, not theory. By surrounding yourself with English daily and speaking regularly, you break the fear barrier. Over time, your responses will become faster, you'll think less in your native language, and your confidence in real conversations will grow naturally. Habit 5. Consistency over intensity, the Harvard success rule. The biggest factor separating highly successful Harvard students from others is consistency. They show up every single day, relying on discipline rather than motivation. Many learners study intensely for a week, then take long breaks. This stop-start approach slows progress because your brain forgets during gaps. Harvard students know learning is like building muscle. Small, regular practice beats occasional huge efforts every time. Step 1. Set a minimum daily standard. Decide on a minimum daily English goal, no matter how busy you are. 10 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of speaking, or reviewing notes is enough to keep your learning chain unbroken, even on the busiest days. Step 2. Create a fixed schedule. Harvard students treat study time as non-negotiable. You could review English after breakfast, practice speaking every evening, and read before bed. Once it's in your schedule, it becomes a habit instead of a choice, so the brain automatically adjusts to expect English daily. Step 3. Track your progress. Write down what you study each day. Seeing a long streak of completed days motivates you to continue. While missing a day feels like breaking a winning streak, and your brain naturally wants to avoid that loss. Step 4. Build slowly, then intensify. Start with small, manageable practice. Once the habit is solid, increase the time or difficulty. Harvard students don't start with marathon study sessions. They grow steadily, ensuring the habit is sustainable and strong. Consistency trains your brain to expect English every day, prevents forgetting between sessions, and creates unstoppable momentum. Over months, daily practice compounds like interest in a bank account, turning English into a natural, effortless part of your life. You think, speak, and even dream in it, without struggle or fear. Just like exercising every day gradually shapes your body, practicing English consistently shapes your mind and language skills over time. Now, these habits are in your hands. The very same strategies that help the world's smartest and most disciplined students master their toughest subjects are now available to help you master English too. But here's the thing. Habits only change your life when you actually use them. Knowing about them is only step 1. The real transformation happens when you practice these habits every single day without skipping a day. You don't need a Harvard classroom. You don't need expensive courses or perfect conditions. What matters most is making a decision right now to treat English as something you fully commit to with the same dedication and focus that top Harvard students give to their studies. If you follow these habits, English won't just be a subject you study, you'll live it. You'll start thinking faster, speaking more confidently, and feeling completely in control of your learning. Every day, English will feel more natural, your understanding will grow, and your skills will strengthen steadily. If this video has helped you, even in a small way, if you've learned just one practical idea that can improve your English, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Not because it's another English channel, but because here we go deeper. We don't give shortcuts or empty hacks. We focus on practical, proven methods that truly help you master English for life. So subscribe now, turn on notifications, and join us for the next lesson. Your journey to English mastery is just beginning. The very next step could change everything for you. It could be the moment when your English skills finally make a real leap forward.